Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video I want to talk about a brief article put out by Siliconera regarding Final Fantasy XIV's eventual involvement with a collaboration of Final Fantasy XV. Now before we move on, I want to say two things. One, be sure to go to Siliconera's website, click on the link in the description of the video, share it, give it hits, whatever you want. You guys know where we got the source, so go there and support the source. Two, this is actually a piece of a much larger interview. I believe it's 25 or 30 pages or something like that. Interviews that came out by 4Gamer, GameWatch, a bunch of other Japanese news websites, so they probably all had a media sit-in with Naoki Yoshida, and they're all releasing their interviews this week. Waiting for a translation on most of that, but this is a small piece of it, so when we do that video, this may get mentioned again, albeit very briefly. Now moving on, first of all, I want to say, great in-game, I was going to say cosplay, but Good character shot right here. Gladio on the right, Ignis next to him, Noctis and Prompto. Digging the picture of choice here on Siliconera. So, we've been wondering for ages, when is Final Fantasy XIV gonna get a Final Fantasy XV collaboration? Most of us kind of expected that it would be along the launch of Final Fantasy XV, which is brought up here, but a few months before that, Yoshi-P had actually made the comment that when they do a collaboration, they want players to be very familiar with the characters and how they talk and their different interactions and whatnot. In other words, expect Ignis to come up with a new recipe, expect Prompto to notice an opening, expect Gladio to taste test that for you, and expect Noctis to thank you for everything because that's what he does. Anyway, moving on, Naoki Yoshida spoke about it and said that they really want to get the Final Fantasy XIV team deeply involved. They could just put in Noctis and his crew's costumes whenever they want, but they want it to be deeper than that. When they do a collaboration, they get members of their team to go and play the other game, get used to the different mannerisms and things that they can pull over, and make it make sense in Final Fantasy XIV. So, with that in mind, with them gearing up for the expansion, the new patch, everything, it's unlikely that we'll see it anytime soon. Commercially speaking, even he admits it right here, it would probably be a good idea to have done it when it actually launched, but they really want it to be fun. You know, it won't be fun unless we have the four guys from Final Fantasy XV get lost in the middle of their trip and somehow find themselves in Eorzea. When the time comes, we'll take it seriously. Now, they said it's not just a matter of the costumes, what else we'll actually be getting. There's been a lot of jokes about getting the car, especially since we've seen that it does have a flight mode. So I wouldn't, okay, let me just say, I would be surprised to see the car as part of a collaboration event, but at the same time, I don't know how really surprised I would be, because it seems like a likely candidate. We should expect something probably along the lines of the Lightning Saga, where you get the outfits, you get the different weapons. We know Noctis has a bunch of different weapons that would work for Glamour inside of Final Fantasy XIV. So I wouldn't be surprised to see things like the Engine Blade or one of his great swords or something along those lines popping up in Final Fantasy XIV. But it's going to be a whiles away. When it'll actually happen, who actually knows? My bet is before the year is out, but sometime after Stormblood's expansion. Let me know what you think about a Final Fantasy XIV/Final Fantasy XV collaboration. Some things popping up in Final Fantasy XIV from 15, things popping up in 15 from 14. I could see it going both ways. But anyway, be sure to let me know in the comment section of the video below. We do have the Gaybolg in Final Fantasy XV. Whatever, that's for another time. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is hopefully going to be about this interview, this 30-page interview that this excerpt actually comes from. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.